Hello everybody of the Let's Play community and the Blind Swordsman, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy V. Last episode we finished off the final dungeon. This episode we're going to take on the final boss. And so, great start right there, great start. Anyway, what I've done is I went ahead and got a whole bunch of people set up with stuff. So you want to actually use a gold needle on him when this happens. And then, oh, you could use the Phoenix Down and a gold needle. Okay. So what I'm going to do to set this up, I have Hermes Sandals on everybody, right? Hermes Sandals. I'm going to cast Flare as a spell. We're going to use Bahamut and Rapid Fire with both Ferris and Bartz. Bartz is not going to do nearly as much damage, but I figure, you know, we could just put that on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could just go ahead, rapid fire all this stuff, and there we go. And you do insane damage. Like, you do insane damage, and it's fast. So I'm like, okay, I can auto battle now and kind of take the pressure off myself, right? Rapid fire just does so much damage. Like, there are runs I've seen of Final Fantasy V that I looked up on YouTube recently that I found that they're actually, the issue with them is that what they like to do is not use rapid fire as a challenge. So if you want the easiest way possible, there are other easier methods. And like I said, I got up to level 50, so we're good to go. We have so much HP and stuff. But that's besides the point. But use rapid fire. I mean, like, unless you really want to challenge, you're stupid not to use it. Like, this is 5,000 free damage. 4,000 to 5,000 damage you could do. And if you got criticals and everything, it's 6,000 damage. We got it. We got Exdeath. We got the first phase of Exdeath. Now the second phase. By the way, I love his boss design. But the thing I don't like about the bosses for the first two Super Nintendo games, Famicom games, is why do they look like the final, like, crazy thing from Akira? You know what I mean? If you've seen that anime movie, my favorite anime movie of all time. So good. I can't recommend that enough. Alright. Neo Exdeath. I think this is even cooler. But we're going to use Rapid Fire, which the cool thing about Rapid Fire is it's kind of like Bushido or what's it called? What's his name? It's Cyan's like sword tech in Final Fantasy VI. That's what Rapid Fire does. If you have a spell on it, it does even more damage, and you're doing a ton of it. Now the backs kind of resistant to physical damage, but that's okay because I can use Krill and I can use Bartz here. And I think what I'm going to do is at some point stop using, I'm going to use Zinniage with both of them now. Zinniage does like 4,500 damage. Even though that's doing a lot, I wanted to see, oh no, it actually does close to 5,000 damage. So you're doing max damage every 2 turns, basically. I figured, okay. Yeah, Alchemist, it's not a big deal. Like I said, that's why I grinded. I grinded because I needed to live from these attacks. That was my only stupid issue with this. The thing that's nice also with Rapid Fire is I feel like this, you're constantly like, because the problem is I did not turn this to slow, and it says in the guide that I'm using, oh, you have to use slow. You don't have to use slow. Very slow and wait. I just turned it on wait, but the fight still is like making your mind go a billion miles a minute. It's like, holy fetch, what am I supposed to do? All this, all that, all this, all that, all this, all that. You know what I mean? So what Rapid Fire does, for me personally, that helps, is it gives me a break so I could think about my next move if I have to. Which, this is just auto-battled. This is just auto-battled. So now, if you look, I think the head is dead. The head's gone. And I think I have enough money I could use Zinniage till the end of the game. Oh no, we're not. It's not dead yet. It's close though. But literally, once they all start just attacking the back, you know you got him. Because, yeah, it's literally the easiest thing ever at that point. I think actually there, I took out the first two. Because the only Zinniage and only Rapid Fire are working for this. And I'm sitting here praying, I'm like, dude, please, Lena, get Kiraga off. Because then I could go do this. Like, I was like, I think I could do it now. Now he's just aiming for the back. She's just aiming for the back. This fight's over. That's it. That's Final Fantasy V, folks. I wrecked this boss. Oh, by the way, this is the first time I've had all characters live. Well, with that, folks, ends my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V. Yeah, I can't say too many good things about it, but I'm sure people would like it. I'm sure people do like it. I think the best thing was that I beat Final Fantasy V for the first time. I enjoyed that aspect of it. I actually enjoyed this game, like, believe it or not, with all the complaints I've had for it. It's a great game. I think the thing is, the only thing that's like different about it is it's a little cliched. Like, even if you read the description of H.C. Bailey's playthrough of this game, it says, "I tackle the most cliche game in the series." It's like, dude, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. It's very cliched. I like the music a lot in it. I think the graphical style, I like it a lot too. It's just an awesome game, like, for real. Like, I don't know, the characters are good, they're very relatable, they're awesome. It had its funny moments, it had its sad moments, it had like any moment you could really want in a video game. And I truly enjoy that for that reason. I think the funny parts are really, really cool though, because well, not really cool, but they're awesome. Like the whole seeing Ferris like sleep and thinking, wow, he's a gorgeous man and all this other stuff, and then you find out that Ferris is a woman and stuff like that. It's a little weird that it went into that, because like you wouldn't see it. I don't think it would pass through with something like that, but I'm glad that they kind of that Square went into that kind of subject, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit different. And I think Ferris is my favorite character in the game just because of how relatable she is. Like, you know, she felt different, and then she found friends that made her not feel different, you know. And so, and also she has like a tender side to her, and you can tell she likes her dad and all this other stuff, and that she kind of remembered being in the place. The palace thing. So yeah, man, I had a good time making this. Even though it was hard and kind of not fun. But yeah, you're gonna see how much fun I have with 6, because I gotta tell you, dude, like 6 is just a baller. 6 is so good. I don't know, man. It's hard because I'm leaning towards making it my favorite game in the series. Like, I really am. Like, I've enjoyed playing through that game. And like I said, I did enjoy playing through this game too. I just think they're so different. Those two games are so different that it's like, yo, you know, I have to pick one. Like, this game is balls to the wall hard, whereas 6 is not. 6 is a cakewalk. Like, it's probably the easiest game in the series, bar none. And I think I've said it before, if you grind in that game, which I'm doing, nothing can touch you. Like, it's kind of amazing how hard this game is to how they transition to make that game super easy. Now, I don't know if the Japanese version is easier, or things like that. I know that this was only made in Japan, for the Super Nintendo, or the Super Famicom. But yeah, I enjoyed this game. If you're a big fan of the Final Fantasy or RPGs in general, I would give this one. If you're a hardcore RPG fan, I would definitely give this one a shot, because it's got a lot going for it. Like I said, the graphics are good, the music is really good. I think the story is actually one of the better stories in the Final Fantasy series. I think it's better than, well, and going back to Bravely Default, because I talked about that, I think this story's better than Bravely Default, because it doesn't stop and say, okay, you gotta do everything all over again. Even though it kind of does stop, it doesn't stop in that weird way, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think a lot of RPG stories are better than Bravely Default's, though, so, you know, that's just me. I never talked about that before on this channel, but yeah, I hate how they handle the rest of Bravely Default's story. It was like literally, it's like you get half of a sub, you eat that, and then it's bread. The second half is just bread. You know what I mean? it's the same vanilla crap you had before. So, don't like that aspect of it, but hey, to each is his or her own, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Like, a lot of people think this. There's people I've seen that think this game is their favorite game in the series. I can't, dude. I can't say this is my favorite. It's not as good as the other games. It's just not. Like, 4, I think, is a lot more appealing. I think even 3 is a lot more appealing. 2 is better. I think 1's better. I think 6 is better. I think this is probably my least favorite so far that I've beaten. And I've beaten like 7 out of like the first 10 or first 11, excuse me, because 10-2 counts as a full game. I played up till 12. So, I mean, of all that I've played, I think this is my least favorite, like, by far, which, again, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a very good game. It's just, there's a lot that I don't like from it. If there's a lot you like from it, fantastic. You know, you're good with that. If that's what you like, that's what you like. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel, you know. But you gotta let me have my opinion too. I do not like how they handled the bosses in this game. I do not like how they handled the job system to make things harder, where you have to actually go out of your way to do stuff that you normally wouldn't do. And if you get stuck, then you have to start over, which I had to do. I had to start over this game, LP, which I hated doing. I was very pissed. I lost like an hour and a half. And for that, that's like three episodes of recording. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, that's 3 episodes of recording, and I had to redo that again. I had to redo the first 3 episodes of this LP. And I hate that. Like, I'm not a fan of that. Like, you can't just do that. You can't just, like, go from Final Fantasy IV, where, like, everything was easy, till now it's like, okay, we're only going to make this balls-to-walls game for RPG lovers. But me complaining is probably the reason why they didn't bring this out to America, which, again, I think is stupid. I think it's way stupid they didn't bring it out to America to start things off. Like, they definitely should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely should have. They should have brought this out to America, and people that liked it. And no, but I think, also looking back at it, though, how successful would have 6 been? How successful would 7 been if they just decided to bring this game out and it wasn't that good? You know what I mean? So it just begs the question of a lot of stuff. That's all. Like, I don't have a serious issue with it. It's just some of that stuff. Like, dude, you handled the boss, like, you handled some of the, like, bosses and stuff stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't do things right with certain things in this game. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this LP, folks. I think there's just like a couple things that show up here. We don't have too much time left. Oh yeah, we have this, which is at the end of every pixel remaster, which 6 will probably be no exception. This just shows you your characters and their job, and it also tells you the level they were on. I never got that summon, so don't care about that. Level 52 summoner, had a lot of MP, learned a lot of stuff. Abilities learned 20 out of 74. Ferris, who I thought was an amazing, like, Mystic Knight for my party. Like, she really wrecked Exdeath in the final battle, so I was always appreciative of that. But getting down to it, man, we are getting close to the end of this LP, which, again, I'm happy it's over. Like, I don't hate this game, but I very much don't like it. So, no, it's not that I don't like it. I love this game, but I don't like it as much as the other Final Fantasy games. So, anyway, folks, we are getting to the end of this LP. And with that, I'd like to say, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'm the Blind Swordsman. I will see you in the next episode of Let's Play. Well, not the next episode, but I'll see you in my next LP, whenever that is. Should be tomorrow. You should see Final Fantasy VI tomorrow. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get that all ready. Take care, everybody, and have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic day.